just translate everything that she says.
All right.
I think that'll be a really good format. You guys see my screen?
I just see
Loading.
a blue screen. Yeah, loading.
Yeah, it works.
Give it a
Okay.
sec. Alright. I also pay for VIP, so you guys get better quality too.
Oh,
Wow.
nice.
Nice.
Hello Hello，大家好，我是汤汤。那么今天给大家带来的是我们十
Alright,
人竞
so
技
a
肢
little bit
体
like a
副本
background
的。
story for you guys, right? Like I've been told by a lot of players that has played in Chinese servers. So all of the content that we have done up until now is kind of like beta. It's like novice mode. Like the real patch starts at Forbidden Palace. So like the patch that we're currently on right now. But all the content that we have done before that, so all the five dungeons, fucking J Palace and the raids and shit, all of those were easy mode. And this is like where the real fight begins, and then, like difficulty like tunes up quite a bit.
讲解。
Oh.
Yep, I'm very excited for that.
那么我们新本的入口是在我今天
Lot of
录的视频。
bullshit in the front. Okay, so she does some skill explanations. So I'm gonna translate a little bit. There's four bosses in this raid, right? We're gonna go into these fights with two tanks, two heals, and six DPS for all of them. I do believe some of these bosses are solo tankable for you, Chumpy. But I think like because we're doing a new raid, right? I just want to be safe, so we're gonna use two tanks.
All right.
So for the first boss, the first thing, he has a channeling spell. Every 8 to 10 seconds, he's gonna do a channeling spell. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna split the DPS. I'm gonna split 6 DPS into 3 groups, and then like interrupt the spell. If you guys look at the boss real quick, you see this icon that I'm mousing over right now, where it says 4. It has a little.
Already
No,
got
I don't
one?
see your mouse.
Oh,
Oh, I see it. Okay.
oh, okay.
Yeah, I see. I see.
Yeah, where the like purple reddish person.
Yeah, the Reaper
Yeah,
debuff?
yeah, yeah. So basically, this is like the entire boss mechanic, right? All the mechanics like in this boss is around this stack. And if this stack ever reaches 8, the boss will enrage. So it should never reach 8. Okay?
Why does it look so similar to the Reaper?
Yeah, that's the Reaper debuff,
I
isn't
don't
it? That's
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like it
yeah,
looks
that's
exactly
yeah,
the
that,
same
that
with the
I'm pretty
snake and
yeah, that's
everything.
the
Oh,
Reaper dot
maybe it's not
skill.
this one. Maybe it's this one then.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
it's
think
this
it's that
one.
one.
I haven't done the race. I just saw the video.
Okay.
I think it's this one then, with the flame person, where it says 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll make more sense to this one then. All right, so
Yeah.
we're gonna interrupt the boss, and then if we don't interrupt the boss, then he will get a stack. With each stack that he has, he will uh have an he will get one extra stack on this, and then he will do more damage the more stacks that he has. And once again, he's gonna enrage at 8 stacks. So that's skill number 1. Number 2, this is for you, Chumpy. He's gonna jump really high, and then when he drops down, he's gonna do like a really big damage on the current aggro target, and then you have to pop defensives for that when he jumps up, and then after that, the other tank is gonna switch.
All right.
See this? You see that? It's that jump right there.
Yeah.
All right. For those of you that actually care, I did speak with the author for this video, and she gave me permission to use this and like record that shit. Okay, he's also gonna target one random player. In brackets, she said it could be the furthest player. He's gonna jump him, and stun him or like knock him down, and then jump back into the tank. So at this point, don't follow the boss, Jumpy. I just wait for him to return. He's gonna come back in around 2 seconds.
So kind of like the Raging River's first boss.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Very quickly. Every minute or every 2 minutes there, she's gonna have this AOE this green bubble, right? This is for DPS, and then what this bubble does is whenever he has this bubble, we cannot interrupt him. And remember, like if we can't interrupt him, he gets more stacks, right?
You
So
save CDs for it?
yeah, probably have to save CDs. I'm not sure if we have to because like we have inflated stats in English servers and like we do a lot of DPS. So I'm gonna try without saving the CDs. And if we have problem with the shield, then we're gonna you know do it the proper way. Gonna pop the bubble. It's kind of like nuke it down.
I wonder if you had a Reaper, if they just pop their moth at that time, would break the shield.
could be, could be. Okay, so when after he gets knocked down, uh, he's gonna send this like wave of like thing, and he's gonna be shielded at the same time. Everybody has to stop DPS, including the tank. And then he's gonna do damage. He's gonna do damage according to how many stacks that he has currently. And then if he has over 5 stacks, then we have to pop defensives. He actually does a lot of damage. You see that to the whole raid? I believe
Yeah.
this is 7 stacks.
Alright,
Yeah,
so
it
Bard
is.
Shield's gonna be good there.
Yeah, probably. Okay,
Because
and
we have
then
2 Reapers.
and then after his first knock, he's gonna summon those like green shurikens, you guys can see on the side.
hmm
And then every time the shuriken hits a target, it's gonna switch targets, and give a buff to the boss. So dodge the fucking shurikens.
So like Ching Yu or Fei Chi, whatever one
The what?
from Jade. Jade 5th boss.
Jade fifth
Kinda like-
boss.
Kind of like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, kind of like that, yeah. So once again, like I think this boss is relatively easy. Just have to watch the stacks.
Oh.
Pretty much it.
大家看完我们的技能介绍，
Kind of
Well, can
fast.
you advertise for me
我
on
们下
in
面
game?
来
Tell
看一
people I'm
下
doing
boss
this.
战。那么这个 boss 相对来说还是比较简单
Alright, she's
的，
kinda loud.
磨
Tone
和
it
击打
down,
大概
tone
就
it down a
能
little
过了。然后呢，boss 几个需要注意的点，刚才视频前面我也介绍过了，我这边再
Alright,
强调一下。
she's ranting.
boss 的就是姓名条底下是有个就是那个黄色那个火人那个小人，那个是他的
Alright, so she's saying that this is the buff that we should look for. The red flame guy.
buff 啊，它是每停 A 到 T 一下，它就会在身上叠一层。
Every time he hits the tank with regular attacks, he will get 1 stack.
当就每一层平 A 的就越疼，然后当这个 buff 好像是到达8层还是
And one
10层
interrupt
的时
removes
候
all the
就会
stacks?
狂暴
It would appear
所以
so.
这个，然后当你打断呢，就可以把这个层数消掉，所以这个是一定要打断，大家随
Yeah.
时注意。
Yeah, it looks like you have a grace period to
这个
to miss 1
打
interrupt.
断的时间大概是8
It
到
looks like it.
12秒左右，所以
And that's the green
我
bubble.
们分成3组是完全
So the first bubble came up at around I think 50 seconds.
打断的过来的。
This is for DPS, but like you
这
guys
点
are not
是一
DPS.
定
Oh,
要
Val is
注意的。
DPS.
然后第二点一定要注意的是这个倒地。那倒地起来之后，就是马上大家可以看倒地，我们倒地下面那个
So
金
she's
身条，它
saying
结束之后，
Whenever the boss
停
after he
止
gets
输
knocked,
出
when he
分
wakes up
类
from the
马上
knock,
请
he's gonna
在
do
自己的
this.
一个宠物，
He's gonna do this
它会放
thing.
放
Everybody has
这
to
个
stop
隐喻
DPS
灯
and do the
塔
big
大家可以
AOE.
看它姓名条底下有个绿色那个小人啊，并且还会有 buff 啊，这个 buff 非常
Holy shit, that actually really hurt. The tank almost died. He went from like 100 to like 5%.
非常疼。大家可以看刚才是7层，
Wait,
7层
do
的话，
is
我
our
们的
HP
没有开减伤
nerfed?
No, our HP, every stat that we have is buffed.
人都开减伤了，
But
但
how
是
why do they have 5.5k?
And
HP.
that's different scaling.
Yeah, it's just different
Yeah.
Other
scaling.
server.
也是差一点
啊
死，
Yeah.
所以这个是非常
And they're doing like 1000 DPS.
非常重要的。
We just have like inflated stats because
当
people
boss
like to look at
倒
big
地马上
numbers,
起
I
来的
guess.
时候，所有人停止输
Yeah,
出，要不
sure,
这就是一个
okay.
灭团点。
So she's saying that the summoner has to put the pet away too. You guys are not summoners, right? You guys are not
当
summoners.
boss 倒地
Oh
起
yeah,
来
when he
在
does
第
the
二
room
个时候
wide AoE.
它会放
Yeah,
这个
but when I watched the Chinese guide for Jade Palace, you know the last boss, you know the green orbs that he does after he hits 50%?
飞
Like
Yeah.
the orbs and stuff. Like people tell me, the guy told me to put the summoner pet away because it will hit the summoner pets
镖。
and like do an AoE, but like it just didn't end up happening
那
either.
飞镖也是，每命中
I
人一
mean,
下，
for
它就
our
会
raid, do
换目标，
we even
然
have
后
a
并且
summoner?
每
We don't-
命
we
中
do,
人
we
一
do.
下，它会在
Oh,
But
we
I
do,
don't
we
think
do.
she
Never
plays
mind.
Mingshi style.
火小人啊，那个
okay.
buff，然后也是同样叠高了会团灭嘛，
Since
所
we
以
don't have Bard
尽
Shield
量
for
大家
that
躲
big
好这个飞
AoE,
镖，
For
what
this week
should
we
we
do.
do?
this week
Well,
we
for
do.
next time.
For next time,
what should,
number one, I'm gonna talk to Lil Pepper. I think she has a bard. I want to switch her bard in instead of her reaper, because I really don't want to run double reapers.
okay.
I mean, otherwise, like I think even with just pop defenses, it should be fine. It's not like an
Would, like-
absolute must to have a bard. I think.
I mean, the Reaper AoE heal might be enough.
Yeah, but like it doesn't do a DR, right? What if it
Yeah,
one
but you
shots?
just DR and then.
The
I mean, they
totem
could
does.
just
the
Totem gives DR
circle.
like
手说到的就
35%,
是
I
哦
think.
，I see.
boss 会放盾，
And
然后呢，这个时候
sometimes
你
what I
是
started
没
doing for
办法
Dahan
给
at
他
least
进行
is
打断的。
I use Worm
然
Spell
后
before
呢，
everyone on
这
HP
个
gets
就是大
super
家
super
所有
low.
的大
Gotcha.
技能啊，尽量
So,
留在我们
because that way
盾
the
的
damage
时
that's
候
still
就
going
是
on, it
第一时间把
takes
盾
some of
打
that
掉，
Worm
然
Spell
后这样
HP
子也
instead.
会
But I
就
don't
是
know if they're
利于你
gonna
去打断，要不也很
consider that a
腻
bug or not.
嗯
And it's also precise timing, so
然后大概就是这
that's
个
what I've
循
been
环
doing.。
那
So
么
maybe we
气
can
什
do
么时候
that
换
too.
潮啊？就是 boss 有个非常明显的，它是原地起跳，
All right, Chompy switch is always after the big jump.
原地跳得特别高，
Gotcha.
然后往下扑的时候，这时候
Alright, this boss is
气
like
马
easy
上
mode. I
开
think
减
it's
伤，
it's
然后
very
马
simple
上换潮
mechanics.
就 OK 了。那这边我们
From
看
what,
boss
what
身
I'm
上
saying,
是
it
一
seems to be
团
the
的
same
绿
thing
色的
over
小
and
人
over.，
Yeah.
我们就
I'm
是
gonna fast
会
forward a little bit.
了解一下它的机制。这个
Sure
本
can. It's
这
like
个
exactly the
boss
same
还
as
是
Fifth
比较
Boss
容
in
易
J
过的
Palace.
了，
You're
也
right.
是相对来说比较轻松的。S 最最
Yeah,
后
she's saying
一
this is
能
like an
过，但
entry
是
level
接下来
boss,
就不一
and
定了，因为老
it's
鹰相
probably
对
the
来说还是
easiest.
比较简
It's
单，
definitely
差
the
不多这个
easiest out of the four. Okay, I'm gonna skip this boss. Any questions for this boss?
So it doesn't get any extra mechanics the
Nope.
further it goes?
Nope.
Okay.
We're gonna do the session again when hard mode comes out. Okay, let's go
What's
to second boss.
support specific tasks?
Okay.
Just heal?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look too scary. This boss has a lot of pressure on healers, Zelly.
This next one, the second one?
The second one, yes. So number one, so I'm gonna translate the text real quick, okay? So when to switch tanks, whenever you have 2 to 3 stacks on you, you have to dip into like a yellow circle to clear your stacks and switch tank at the same time. A lot of pressure on healers. Beware of your mana consumption. The boss will randomly select one range and drop a big circle. And after he does, when you get hit by their circle, you must leave the raid ASAP. And find a blue circle to clear your yellow debuff. And it's all gonna make sense by the time like all the skills are explained. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The first time you drop your circle, there won't be any blue circles, so you have to pop your DR. And the heals have to keep you up. So basically, think about the Ruins of Nowu for a second. You know, there's light side and dark side. This is exactly
Mhm.
the same idea, except where you can select where you drop your blue circles and your yellow circles. So this is the first one that comes out. He's gonna target a random player, right? And he's gonna drop their circle around him. And this
How do you
this
know if
circle
it's
is
gonna
yellow.
be?
What'd you say?
How do you know if it's gonna be yellow or blue?
I'm pretty sure it's always yellow, blue, yellow, blue, yellow, blue like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we have to pay attention to that.
Yeah, yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Oh, that's a lot of work.
Yeah, you don't want to like overlap the circles a
Mhm.
lot. Like you wanna have at least a bit of a separation so you can go into like either sides to clear stacks.
Mhm.
The boss will drop a big circle around him, which is the blue circle. It is used to clear the buff from the yellow circle. Or it is used to clear the yellow debuff or something. So the tank should always pull the tank on the edge of the yellow circle, which is more convenient for everybody to clear stacks. You got that, Chumpy?
Oh, keep it on the edge of the yellow, the boss?
Yeah.
Hmm.
The boss will call for this text, exploding poison or something. At this time, everybody who has a blue debuff or a blue buff will be targeted, and they need to go into yellow circle to get rid of the blue buff. If you fail to do so, you will leave a purple dot on the ground, kind of like the first boss in Raging River.
Like a poison bot. Okay.
Yeah. So the point in this boss is to watch like what kind of color that you have. You want to go into the opposite color to clear your stack.
Okay.
The boss will announce a ring of poison, the skill name, okay? And then it's gonna start raining like yellow rain, if you guys can see.
Mhm.
At this time, it is recommended to have all the melees go to one blue circle and the range go to the other, and then wait
Blue
for
or yellow?
blue. So when the
So
yellow,
range
ye-
also go blue.
yeah,
Okay.
everybody going to blue because the ring is yellow, right? Because the ring is
Mhm.
yellow, so
Oh, got you.
yeah, so you go into blue to clear stacks, and then like you're gonna gain stacks in blue, and then like the ring will clear your blue stacks and try to turn them into yellow. So like if you're standing in blue and you have 2 to 3 stacks and you come out, it's gonna slowly drop down. So you want to like neutralize your basically your blue and your yellow for this fight.
Okay, for
And
sure.
you can't stay in there for too long because the more stack that you have of one specific color, the more damage you will take. Like, almost exactly like Runes of Nowu. So healer has a lot of pressure. If you fail to neutralize your this yellow ring, you will die at about 2 stacks of taking 2 stacks of yellow ring. That's what it says. And by the end of the ring, if you still have blue buff on yourself, remember to step into the yellow to clear your stacks. Honestly, it's probably a lot less complicated than it sounds. Right? Have yellow go into blue. Have blue go into yellow. I think that's pretty much the idea.
Mhm.
然后到我们的
Oh, that's everything. That's all the skills
2，
explanation.
食人昌弑父。怎么说呢？现在
Is the background noise
卡
too
老
loud?
二
Too
的
loud?
队伍还是比较多的。
I don't hear
No
anything.
background
There's
noise.
no
然后
fan
呢，
right
它
now.
是一个很需
Oh,
要
you guys don't
治
hear
的
it?
一个 boss， 然后
Mm-mm.
需
No.
要就是治
Wow,
疗
that's
比较
messed
厉
up,
害
man.。
然后这边是第一个技能，技能介绍大家都看过，我这边就是再
Probably for the
啰嗦一下
best.
啊。
Yeah.
然后第一个是点
She has a
名
really
我们
sweet voice
它
though.
是随机点名一个远程，
Alright,
然
so
后
she
去
randomly
放那
targets a
个
ranged
黄
person,
的毒水，
and then
所以
it's
这
gonna
个
drop the
时
yellow
候所有
poison,
人一定要远离它。
and
然后
everybody
并
get
且
away
呢
from him.
因为第一次是没有蓝圈让它消的，所以这时候治疗一定要看好他的血，然后并且他一定要开减伤。然后这个第一个黄圈呢 ，T 这时候身上应该是有2、3层的一个蓝毒了，所以马上可以在我
So I think the more the boss will apply a blue dot on the tank, the more damage that you take, Chompy. So at around 2 to 3 stacks, the other tank's gonna take over, and you're gonna go clear stacks, and you guys just kind of rinse and repeat.
我们的黄圈里面去
Right.
扛都是没有问题的。
This is kind of like a combination of Runes of Nowu plus Yamo City hidden boss.
一直站在里面
Like, do you guys see it?
都 OK，但是一定不能让自己身上的一个蓝毒就是层数太高，
The tank just died. What happened there?
自己身上的一个蓝毒就
Where
是
is the
层
tank?
数
You see the HP on the top left
太
corner?
高。
Yeah, but where is he on the map?
I don't
然
see
后
it.
呢 ，BOSS 刚才放的
Oh,
就是那
I
个
see
在
where it
自
is.
身
Can you go back
周
slightly?
围放一个大圈，
What'd you say?
I found out where he died. Can you just go
Oh,
back
okay.
slightly so I can see?
He didn't
蓝
get healed.
圈，这个蓝圈是用来消黄
Yeah,
的。
Zhao, why don't you heal?
I mean, to keep in mind, these guys are not like the best players in the world. Like they're probably less skilled than we are.
那
But
就
like
Are you
this is
calling
still
us
还是
very-
有
skilled?
点像那
than I am. Sorry, Zelly.
镰刀的清浊器
You're right. I'm
但
pretty
是跟
trash.
镰刀的清浊器不
Just
同
kidding.
的是，它是就是在换毒的过程中是可以直接减免掉那个伤害的。
So the difference between the buffs from the blue and yellow compared to Runes of Nowu is you actually don't take damage as you're transitioning from blue into yellow. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
所以就是说，如果说你换得好的话，你的承伤
Seems
Yeah,
if you
absolutely.
reach
完全不会出
more
现
than
有一
6
点点
stacks
承
of
伤
blue, you insta die.
Yeah. I think
然后呢
probably just keep around 2 to 3 stacks and like just kind of dip
那
your
这边
toes
需要
into
强
the
调
other
的一点
side.
就
It's
是，
pretty.
像我们的
pretty
远
good.
程啊，尽量站在我们的蓝圈周围输出，这样即使你中了什么技能也好，就是比较好消嘛。然后我们的毒水
So we're gonna do the same thing, right? So the boss is getting pulled in the corner, and then whoever gets targeted. So we're kind of like dropping it like around the map and like just slightly overlapping each other, and which is kind of like we're kind of like going in a clockwise or a counterclockwise fashion, Chompy. And then you're always gonna
Yeah.
play it on the edge of yellow for your convenience. Otherwise, it's just I think if you just randomly put the pulls everywhere, it's gonna be really chaotic.
是这么放的，因为像很多人毒水是放的比较乱的嘛，我们也是今天刚研究出来的，但是其实也还是有点乱，但是我们这个方法就场面不是特别乱啊， 第一个放在
Yeah, see what they're doing with the circles actually looks pretty good.
靠近 T 的位置，第二个放对角线，然后 T 慢慢的往往那
Oh
个
man, the
黄圈那
pugs.
边拉
I，could see it now.
这样比
Yep.
能节约一点
No
场地，然
chance.
后我们远程
A
近
lot of
战也
people's
有位
PC
置
is。gonna die.
Just
That's all
FYI,
the time.
a lot of people in Chinese servers when this patch came out quit the game because of the difficulty, especially for thanks for the follow. Especially because of the difficulty on hard mode and extreme. And also, I believe this extreme has to have at least 20 players, so no more 10-man or 14-man extremes, I think.
来回的移动。然后这个读语阶段呢，
What？
就是
Yep, 20-man extreme.
我这边说一下，就是在我们的蓝
So
圈
we'll
里
be
面
teaming
站
up with
2
other
层
raids?
到3
Probably.
层以后马上出来。然后呢，等这个层数快完了，然后你再进去。尽量不要让自己身上的一个蓝色的层数太高啊，黄色更不能，因为黄色太疼了。就是尽量身上蓝色的层数2到3层，然后马
He's
上
saying
出来。
2 to 3 stacks on blue and then come out.
一定不要就是真正的去站在一个蓝水里面、蓝毒里面输出，可能你会死的也很惨。
Yeah, just gonna like dipping your toes in. Like she's dipping her toes in and out of yellow as well, so I could see it. Looks really fun actually, to be honest with you guys.
然后呢，这边是
I feel like I'll get
到
confused a
妖毒
lot,
引
not
爆这个
gonna
技
lie.
能，刚才没说，妖毒引爆这个技能呢是
Because when
它
there's
只
a
会
lot
点
going on
名，就
on my
是你身
screen, I
上有
start getting
蓝色的
confused.
毒的人。所
Okay,
以这个时
so
候呢，
that's
中这个
that's
点名
the
的人
so
马上去
that
踩
skill that
黄
just
色的水
happened
你那个点
is
毒的
the
人，
exploding
引爆这个技
poison
能。
thing. So he randomly targets 3 players with any blue stacks, and then he's gonna do this
是
like this burst right around them. So you have to
它只
go
会
into the
点名就是
yellow
你身
to
上有
clear your
蓝
blue
色的
stacks.
毒的人，所以这个时候呢，中这个点名的人马上去踩黄色的水，你那个点名就
Bobo, do you know what gives the blue stacks for this boss? She doesn't know either.
消失不
I
见
don't
了
even know
然后
where you
接
got
着
the blue
输出
stacks
就可以
from.
了。如果说你找不到黄水的话，你就
So
自己
sorry,
找个
someone's
小角
knocking
落
on
去
my
放那
door.
个毒水。
Sure, I can wait for you.
From standing in the blue circle.
What if you don't want to stand in the blue circle?
From the boss AoE damage. You
Okay.
stand in front of boss and you get a blue stack.
Okay, I see.
So pretty much only tank gets it.
Yeah. Oh, we're waiting on Zelly.
So healers can't cleanse anything, right?
No, there's no cleansing for this fight, I believe.
Okay.
It looks like this buff
Yeah,
doesn't look cleansable. I'm not sure if the puddles actually expires, or it could be just like a soft enrage kind of mechanic where there's just no more room on the map for you to stand, you know?
Every
I'm so sorry
puddle
about
will
that.
expire one.
Sorry, what'd you say, Master Yi?
There will be only 3 puddles for same color on the ground, and when the fourth spawn, the first one disappears.
Okay, there you go. Nice.
水就可以了。
Sorry about that.
No problem.
My mom and my sister came home drunk and then they started
然后
screaming.
接
at
下来
me.
就是
Well,
正
not like
常是
screaming,
说
like
这个主要就是 P 和
like
质量
yelling
的
at
压
me,
力
kind of
比
like
较大
negative, but more like
P 主要呢
drunk
是
screaming,
去
like
扛这个 boss，
let's
忘
hang
记
out.
说
You
换
know
场
what I
时间
mean?
了。
Nice.
换场时间呢是大概是在 T 身上的就是一个紫
The main emphasis on this fight is healers and tank have pressure. Not much pressure for DPS. Just remember to shit. Too much smoking. My bad.
Just remember to shit. Okay.
Just remember to switch
色呢
switch
大
tanks
幅
at
的
2 to
2
3
到
stacks.
3层进行更
Yep.
换场。然后还
And
That's
healers
相对
remember
来
to
说就是排的这
I
种
want to look
排
at the
毒
yellow
排
ring.
毒
So yellow ring comes in, you
就
dip your
没有
toes
别
into
的
the
只要
blue
说你
and get some blue
了解了这种
stacks.
排毒和放毒的
and
这
then
种
come back
机制
out.，
我觉得过这个 boss 应该是没什么，多练几次啊，过这个 boss 应该是没什么问题的。就这样
Alright. I think that's pretty good for this boss. Any questions for this boss?
Do you think healers supports get targeted for the rain or just DPS?
He says a random range target.
Okay. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
'Cause I know
Yeah.
for one of the dungeons, I forgot the name.
How much you
Supports
want to
almost
bet?
never get targeted.
They're gonna say Reapers don't use totem, I can't see blue circle.
That is true.
I don't use totem, so I don't care.
No, I mean
They're
like
like
the
the
big
exact same
room
color
wide
too.
alien. The big
Hmm.
one.
Third boss and fourth is really fun. You guys will like it.
Oh, you meant totem.
Yeah.
People will be smart. They'll figure
Hopefully.
it out.
Hopefully. So the difficulty ranking for this raid, the hardest is the last boss, the fourth boss, and the easiest is the first boss, and then between 2 and 3, I believe 3 is also easier than 2. Okay, skill number 1, the boss will raise his hand really high and has like a charging animation, and then strike down and do a fan-ish damage around the tank. So wherever the tank is standing, nobody else stand there, and then you have to pop defensive for this. So when he raises his hand, I don't think there's
So
a
you
skill.
have to get hit by it.
You have to get hit by it, and you have to pop defensives. I don't think there's a skill name for it, so you just kind of have to watch his animation. I believe there's a cone on the ground. See, right there. You see that?
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
I think it's that one.
It kind of reminds
You
me of Dahan's
can
punch.
you can dodge this damage.
You can
Tank
dodge it.
can dodge it. Yeah, tank can shift to dodge this, but only like back shift.
Don't worry about it. Just pop defensives. And we're switching tank afterwards, anyways.
Okay.
Okay. Full screen AOE. Just stand in empty spaces. This is kind of like the circle in Ice World. Okay, this is like exactly like Ice World.
Mm,
And then he
exactly.
will randomly jump a target, so everybody has to stay away from the red circle. And whenever you get hit by this, it's a really high damage. Okay. So the circle actually doesn't move with the target player, so he just targets the player and then jump at that area. But like the circle doesn't move with the player.
All right, Zella, you gotta yoink that person.
Okay, I can do that.
No, that person is free to move as well.
Yeah, but they're gonna be
It's
too
faster
slow.
if I just yoink.
Just a quick yoink.
That's a raid
Unless
kick.
someone requests me not to yoink them. but
Okay,
then-
this skill is a triple strike that targets the tank, so the tank has to just kind of dodge, and then nobody can stand in the face facing the boss, right? Now everybody has to go behind the boss. That looks really cool, actually. Look at the boss. It goes like douche, douche, douche. The boss's name will announce a skill name, okay, and then the raid leader has to assign which 4 players to go into each circle, and then the rest of the people have to fill the circles if they fail to make it. What does this mean? Try to stand next to the boss's green circle because he will do a knockback, and then you can actually get knocked back into the circle. And then if you fail to stand in the circle, then everybody it's about a 50% damage to the entire raid. So if you miss one circle, it's 50%, and 2 circles is a wipe. And I think the circles spawn according to where the boss is standing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna assign like 4 players, and I'm gonna be like, okay, say for example, Zelly going to the one behind the boss, and then Gazi goes to the one on the right side, etc., 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 to make it easier.
We mark them.
I think the position changes depending on where the boss is. So
Got you.
yeah, so I don't think it's markable. So we'll have to see.
I mean, we can mark the sides of the rooms at least.
Yeah, sure.
At least they're super easy to see.
Yeah. I mean, dodge right circles, obviously. Oh, this skill. Okay. I need to read this.
Wait, she had an arrow above her head. What was that arrow?
I'm talking about it right now. So the boss will randomly select a group, any number of between 1 and 3. He's gonna target 1 to 3 players, okay? And then depending on how many players he targets, there's gonna be like those stone pillars that get summoned on the corner of the map. So if 3 players gets targeted, then we don't hit any pillars. If 2 players are targeted, we hit only 1 pillar. And then if 1 person is being targeted, you hit 2 pillars. It's really confusing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he randomly targets 1, 2, 3 players, any number between 1 and 3, and depending on how many
Right.
players he targets, we hit a specific number of stone pillars. Here, that's just get the explanation, and like when the skill comes out, I'm gonna like try to explain more. And then, for example, we hit 2 pillars, and like there's 1 pillar left, and then like we just go behind the pillar, and then the boss is gonna run towards the pillar.
Does the pillar do damage to him?
No, but also players are gonna be silenced in this stage, so
Yeah.
you have to actually get like you have to be beside the pillar to get rid of your silence. See the
What do you mean by
silence?
silence? Like
The silence
you can't
that lasts for
attack or
60.
heal?
You see the silence that lasts for 60 seconds.
Where yes.
Okay,
Okay.
right over here. So so whenever he at this stage, he's also gonna randomly silence a bunch of people, and then whoever gets silenced needs to go in front of the pillar to get hit by the boss when he's charging the pillar, because like getting hit by the boss actually removes your silence. And I don't think the silence is purgeable by your free CC. It would be really stupid if it was. He charges towards this. Okay, see how like she got hit by it, by the boss, and like shifted back, and then like the silence is just over. The boss will have bubbles above his head. It's gonna. This is some really bad wording. And he would randomly jump to a random target member, and then a bunch of people has to interrupt at the same time. Kind of like the first boss in Yemo.
First boss in Yemo?
First boss, you know how like everybody has to interrupt, and there's like an interrupt counter for it.
I thought that was hidden. I didn't know we had to do it for first boss.
No, the first boss.
好了，然后我们来看一下金木之庭老三，4手干尸。那么这个 BOSS 呢，相对来说比老二要简单的，所以当你老二过了，老三应该没问题，或者说大家可以直接跳老三先打，然后再去打老二。那么刚才是一个非常
she's saying that you can if the second boss is giving you trouble, you can skip the second boss and do the third one first.
一个伤害，然后马上换 T， 只是换 T。
Dodge red
You can do that?
circles. Yeah, for this raid apparently you can.
位就好了，这个是比较简单的。然后
Dodge red circles. Actually, the skill usage is a lot more frequent than I thought.
然后剩下的 T 换潮的时间就是 BOSS 扑那一下的伤害的时间。然后像这种扇形的 AOE， 然后圆形的这种是完全可以躲开的 BOSS。放这个技能的时候是不会跟着你转的。
We'll switch tank after he does the charging move.
抬手，然后放下这种的时候就是马上换潮就可以了。
Yeah, this boss is definitely solo tankable. I can see it. You see it, Champion? Like if you dodge that one
忘
thing.
了，在开打之前呢，团长分好4个
Okay,
位
so
置
he
啊，
does
就是4
this.
个位置必须要有人持圈，刚才是漏了一个。
4
然后
people
全
goes
团
into
半
circle.
血
I think they missed one, so like everybody is like half HP.
4个位置必须要有人持圈，刚才是漏了一个，然后全团半血，这还是比较严重的。先说这个技能 ，BOSS 会随机点名，他现在大家可以看 BOSS 的姓名调下，刚才是3嘛，现在变2，等于是3个点名，3个点名就是3个并调下。
Oh, okay, I see it now. Okay, so the how you can tell how many people he targets is by the buff below his HP bar. You see where it says 3 over here, where my mouse is? That means he has targeted 3 players.
全团半血。
So we're not, so they don't kill any stone pillars.
BOSS 会随机点名，他现在大家可以看 BOSS 的姓名调下，刚才是3嘛，现在变2，等于是3个点名。
And then every time he charges the stone pillar, he's gonna get rid of 1 stack.
点名就是3个这种石柱。那被点名的人站在石柱后面，然后让那个 BOSS 去把这个石柱撞掉。如果说 BOSS 点名的是2个人，大家就把那个剩下那根石柱早一点打掉。
Oh, I understand now because, okay, if he targets 3 players, that means he's gonna charge 3 times, because you have to kill all the stone pillars, right? So if he targets 3 players, then he's gonna charge 3 times. So he's gonna kill all the stone pillars by himself. But if he targets 2 players, that means there's 1 extra. So we have to kill 1 extra. It makes sense now, right? Are you guys with me?
Yeah.
So, and then if he
Really sorry.
targets only 1 player, that means he's only going to charge 1 time, so you have to kill 2 stone pillars.
然后如果是被点名是
I
一个
get it
人
now
大家就把2个石柱打掉，一定要在他撞到那个石柱之前啊，把剩下2个柱子打掉。然后刚才提到的就是那个4个站位的问题，因为刚才前面的技能介绍大家应该也都看过，那个就是站位我也都有就是提示，但是大家就是在就是
I'm trying to
团长
find
要怎么
out
分配
if
团
like
长
circles
就是
that
可以
he spawns is static
通
or
过 boss
moves
的面
wherever
向
he
就是左
is.
上
She hasn't
右
mentioned
上
it
左
yet.
下右下这么进行分，然后位置站好，尽量每个位置都站人，如果空了
Lag. Sorry guys.
就是直接全团就凉了。
Dodge red circles. Dude, I can imagine like this boss being a bitch in hard mode because there's no red circles and just people are gonna randomly
这
die.
个 boss 我们打的时间也不是特别长，好像就打了不到5把就过了，所以这个 boss 比老2会轻松很多。
I believe the circles move according to where he is. They looked a little different.
也是就是大概的技能，大家比较了解一下就可以了。像刚才我就是站在那个圈的前面，然后就比较安全。然后好，现在这个 boss 呢，他是只点名了1个人，所以我们要把剩下的2个落石全部清掉。
This time the boss targeted only 1 player, so they killed 2 stone pillars.
所以大家就是随时要注意 boss 的姓名条底下的就是那些
Triple strike is dodgeable.
他给了一些小小的提示，这时候你知道要转火，然后指挥必须第一时间去通知，就是什么时候该做什么事情，然后刚才像那个落石的那个阶段，还会随机点名几个人沉默。就沉默，你什么技能
I
放
wonder
出来
what's
1
gonna
分钟
happen
内
like
得
if you
debuff
fail to get rid of your
那中了这个
silence.
debuff 的人，你马上去找那些被点名的
You
人，
know how you have to
然后
stand in front of a
站在
pillar if you
石
get
柱的面
silence?
前也可以，站在
You
那个
probably
被点
die.
名那个人的面
You
前，
Doesn't it have a
probably don't die.
timer?
让 T
Yeah,
It had like a
s-
timer
让
then.
boss
60
撞
seconds
到
though.
你，然后
You have to
拿
wait
石
60
头
seconds.
去撞掉
That's messed up.
然后像刚
Your
才
DPS
那
is
个
screwed
无
then.
情撕咬
Yeah, but if you're a
这个
healer,
是个
your
有
raid
点
is screwed.
像乌夜雨的打
Yeah.
断，那个打断是需要多段的打断才可以，全部打断掉的。所以
That's an insta wipe then?
大家一
That's
看
probably
boss
an insta
头上
wipe.
的那个无情撕咬那个气泡，你就做好准备，然后等读条一出来，所有人一起打断，就绝对能把
Yeah,
那
the
个
circles
读条给
definitely
断
move.
掉了。如果说不断的话，可能你的队友就死了。这次点名也是1个人，所以马
So
上
the
把
boss
后面的
targeted 1 player, so they
2
killed
个
2
石
stone
柱清
pillars.
掉。
Okay. What's this yellow shit?
其实就是这么一个循环啊。老3的话，技能不是特别的多，然后他的boss 的平 A 什么的都是一个扇形的一个
Oh, okay, so
AoE
all the
啊
attacks that
所以
all the attacks that the boss does is always like a cone shape. So all the melees have to. So basically, you face the boss away from the group.
所有人一定
What hit the tank
是
so
一
hard
个
there?
扇
What the
形的
fuck?
一个 AoE 啊，
Look at the tank's
所
HP.
以
Oh, that's the
所有人
charging move. That's the
一
charging
定
move.
一
Okay,
定
so
不能
maybe the
跟
tank didn't
boss
pop
的
defense. He
关
went
系
from 100 to like 10. Okay, I can imagine. So you pop defensives and then you switch tank. Okay, sure. Alright, I think that's it for this boss. Any questions for this boss?
Nope.
Nope.
Chompy?
Not too
Nope.
bad.
It's not too bad. Looks really fun actually. Dude, I'm gonna tell you guys, the final boss has literally the fucking coolest mechanic I've ever seen in any boss in any MMO. One of the mechanics. This is actually so cool. Okay, so this boss is the final boss, and he will die at 30% HP. There's no enrage timer, and the fight ends at about 30% HP. He will randomly select one of the 2 healers, stun him, and there is this yellow thing where so basically I have to split the entire team into 2 groups, right? And then each group has 1 tank, 1 healer, and 3 DPS. And then whenever this happens, he's gonna target one of the healers, and then that group, and then like we're gonna like try to like spread damage each group has to spread damage. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
There has to be at least 4 players in the group, and then you can only tank once. So if you tank the first one, you can't go to the second one. So same thing like the 4th stage in Runes of Noble. You guys remember for extreme where he does that, where we split like into 2 groups and we try to like spread damage.
Oh yeah.
And then the tank in that group has to pop defensives, and then nobody can stand in front of the tank. So I imagine that the person in the front would take the most damage, and then like it DRs from there.
Well, if you stand in the red, you just die, I guess.
Yeah. So like we're all standing in this like tight little yellow space, and then the tank has to be in the front. So like the tanks has to like hug the boss. Also for like in the entire fight, I believe all the range are melee range for this one. The boss has
God bless.
yeah, the boss has 4 AoE damages. So similar to like the X-shaped wave thing in Ice World. Do you guys remember that? Where it like does like 2 instances of damage. So you can't stand in front of the boss. You can only take at most 1 of the instances and try to dodge the rest. The cones look really cool. And then after using that skill, he will do a 280-degree red circle, and then you must quickly go to the safe area because that will one-shot you. And then so everybody has to stand in melee range close to the boss. Yeah, I can imagine. So like if you're 18, so if you're standing like over here, and then the cone comes up, and then like if you shift, you don't make it, you're just dead. The
That's
boss,
great.
the boss is gonna announce a skill name, and then he will randomly summon four phantoms, and everybody has to stay away from the boss. And at the same time, there will be a lot of red circles. So let's see. So yeah, he does a little slashing thing around. It's like phantoms. Okay, you guys see the phantoms?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't dodge that. And then here's the minigame. Okay, guys. So I'm gonna here. Let me tab out real quick and explain this minigame. So there's gonna be a bunch of NPCs from each class that spawns around the map. I believe I have it over here. So you need to play spot the difference for these NPCs. You need to find out which NPC is an illusion, is a fake one. That's so cool actually. So for example, for this one, this guy is a summoner from the summoner class. All these NPCs are in your classes. Like this NPC, for example, he's wearing a really complicated clothing, and if he is wearing simple clothing, then it's a fake. This is my job. This is my job. I'm probably gonna try to like memorize all of them. I'm not, but yeah. And then for this one is the real one, and then if she's showing half of her arm, then she's the fake one. For the bard, remember her hair. That's all it says. This is for Spearmaster. This is this guy. So a bunch of different things. So for this guy, if he has a different name, then it's a fake one. And then another guy, if he's not wearing glasses, is a fake one. For Spell Sword, this guy has long hair, but if he has instead he has short hair, then it's gonna be a fake one. This guy is sitting on a bunch of alcohol. If he's not showing his arm, then he's the fake one. If this guy is wearing black, he's the fake one. Here, I'll link this somewhere if you guys are interested, but you guys can't read this anyway, so. If this guy's not wearing a top, then he's the fake one. So etc, etc, etc. Basically, spot the difference. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to. And then, so you kill the fake one. Wonder what's gonna happen if you can't find it. Here, oh sorry.
Wipe?
Yeah, what if you kill the real one? What happened?
I don't know. I imagine a wipe. I'm gonna link. Sorry, I'm gonna link this in stream real quick. So there's a bunch of NPCs. So the way they did it is because there are 5 classes in the game. Is it 5 classes or 6 classes? 5 classes, right? Like Spearmaster, Summoner, Spellsword, Bard, Berserker,
Reaper. I think
Reaper.
it's six.
Six classes. So like basically everybody go. There's like I think 2 to 3 NPCs from each class. So everybody go into their class and remember what that specific NPC looks like. So it's easier.
Where is the NPC located?
Inside your class, and it's one of the
I know.
NPCs.
It's just one of the random ones there.
It's not the random. There's specific ones, but like I'm not sure because like the English translation is stupid, and sometimes they change their name. So I have no clue.
Maybe it'd be the class training tutor.
No, not always. No, like for example, like that those 2 berserker guys are just like randoms.
好了，然后到我们的老四啊，老四伊斯梅
But they do have something to do with the lore.
Yeah.
So.
那么伊斯梅尔的话，就是事前的一个准备工作，我都已经把就是小游戏阶段的那个所
So
有人
splitting
都放在
into 2
贴吧里面，大家可以去
groups,
看一下我们的
share
图。
damage.
然后
Everybody
这边
is
需要
in
强调
melee
一点是，
range.
所有远程当近战用，一定站在近战的位
Everybody
置
is。melee for this
好，第一个
fight.
技能分摊，的话，就是
Share
分成2
damage.
个队。前面我也就是技能
Well,
介绍的
team
时候
1
我
that
也
one,
提说
and
过
next
了，
time is gonna be
分成
team
2个
2.
队，一队分摊第1次，2队分摊第2次，每一次不能少人，就是一定不能少人，一定是4个人分摊一个治疗。
This fight looks
它这个
fun
技能
as
是
hell
挺
in
重要
hard
的
mode.
一定要4个人，要不治疗就直接死。那么因为换 T 呢是在小游戏之后换，那么在这个之前会有2次的分摊，所以第2次的分摊要第2个 T 主动走到那个黄色的线，然后站在最前面，然后当前 T 走到
The time to switch tank is after the minigame.
boss 的身后啊，然后去
Keep in mind, guys, everything that she says is also subject to change. And also like all the stats and stuff, it could be different, like when it hit live servers.
去那个另外一个 T 去帮忙吃这一下开加减伤。
So the first time the spread damage happens, the first tank goes in, and then the next time the main tank cannot go, so the side tank goes in. The off tank goes in. Dodge circles.
然后这些技能呢，就是这几个圈啊，都是中
That's so small though. Look at that. Holy shit.
一下就必死的，所以说一下都不能中，所以
And she's saying everything like other than the cones that's really random are one
为什
shot
么说
in this
远程
boss.
当近战用啊？因为这个时候你站在近战位，你的那个你才会比较好躲，要不位移根本是来不及用的。然后呢，刚才那个治疗的位置尽量不要离 BOSS 太近啊，
Okay, so
要不
here
就
comes
会
the
出现
minigame.
刚才那种黄，
It's almost a bunch of
就
random
是因为我们
NPCs. You have to
分摊
look
要
really
站在黄
closely.
色的区域，不能站在红色嘛。
Oh
那站在黄色
God.
区域，你又不能站在 T 的前面，所以
Dude,
如
this
果
is
说那
gonna
个
be
区
a
域太小，它
bitch.
很有可能会暴毙。那么这边这个是风鸣是假的，风鸣的衣服是2边露肩的，它这单边露肩就是
So she's
假的。
saying because this NPC that hitting right now, she was showing only 1 arm instead of 2 arms. Like the sleeves not covering her entire arm, so she was the fake one.
司命的话，反正司命就记2个，一个
Dude,
风
this is very not friendly for foreigners, I
鸣，一
think.
个
For
风
non-Chinese
恋，
speakers or something.
还是比较简单的。
Because all their names are so hard in English too.
然后这边4个影子出来，5个影子出完之
So he
后啊，
summons the
就
5
所有人就往
phantoms,
中场
and
走，
everybody go
然后
into
不要
the
站在
middle
T
and
前面，因为 T
dodge.
前面是3到4下刀，边上都是1下刀，1下刀大概是半血，你就能
Spread
扎下来，不是很
damage.
疼。这边就是离得太近，有时候可能容错率会比较低嘛，所以我建议的是2个治疗稍微站在我们这个中间这个圈稍微靠外一点点。这样点名的话，可能线会就是中间那个黄色区域留的会比较多，然后大家也比较好站。那也不建议站太远，站太远可能会直接暴毙。
So she's pretty much saying everybody has to stand close to the boss
然后接下来
because
就
it gives
正
you
常
more
的一个
room to
情况
err
说
and
出
then
来，
like
它
because
的
if you stand too
其实
far
它的
you
技能
you
就是
can't make it to like a safe spot with 1 shift.
更多，
嗯，
然后主要是因
Bladestorm
为它技能
boss.
出的比较快嘛，就这几个
So I don't think the mechanics is really hard. I think it's just like this fucking minigame. I have to find the illusion.
红圈，一个就是
Like she doesn't even tell me like what happens if we kill the fake one.
4面的红圈，然后一个是280度的一
I
个红
think
圈，
they
然后
said
就
in a
是那
guide
个
or the guide that I linked
个
earlier, Basically, you
那个
just
刚
look
才那
to
个
see
斩
which
佛的那个
clothing
影子
looks
的那个技能，
quote simple.
这3个技能的速度是
Quote
非
simple, huh?
Yeah,
就非
like
常快
simple
的，所以
clothing, like
位
not
移一定要
detailed,
留
like
好，
that
然后
one.
一
That
定
means
要
it's
站
the
在就
big
是
one.
离 BOSS 越近的地方，你越好躲这
Okay,
些技
sure.
能。
I guess.
So I'm gonna play on ultra settings.
Dude, I don't play on ultra settings. I can't play on fucking 30
那
frames,
么
man.
小
What the
游
fuck?
戏的就是所有 NPC 我已经全部截图放在了我贴吧里面，然
She's
后贴吧
saying,
的
okay, she's actually saying she actually screenshot all of the differences, in her blog, but the post has been deleted. So I'm really triggered by that.
下面都有就是每一张图，然后大概
So that the photos that I show was actually from a different person, like a different guy.
它有什么错误我都已经放出来了，所以就是主要就是小游戏，因为小游戏如果说你1分钟没有打，
Honestly, like
找
these
到
kind
那
of
个
stuff they
错的
look really
人，
scary, but I don't think they're
那
actually that
boss
scary.
就
Like
会出来
once
直
we
接
get into
秒
the
一个
rhythm
人
of dodging
所
this,
以这个
it's
小
not gonna
游
be
戏
scary.
也算是一个比较难的一个点。
And it looks like
我
you can
们
take
老
about
四
2
开
hits.
荒大概是开荒了
And then
2
3
个
hits
小
with
时，
DR.
从9点
What
吧
percentage
9点
DR?
多打到11点。
I don't know.
这样
I mean, the worst DR in the game right now still is 50%, right? Because like they buffed the Bard DR.
也是就中间其实就是小游戏阶
Feel
段耽误了
Zerk,
很
man.
长时间。
Wait, how much is Berserker?
50.
50, right? Yeah,
Alright.
the worst one is 50. Bard's also at
然后
50.
后来找到了那个 NPC 的图之后，每
My
个人记
cultist
忆就
has
比较
several.
简单了。
Yeah, I mean, Bladestorm has no DR, so
Just
Really?
iframe it, man.
yeah, they
They
only have
just have
2
a bunch of
iframes.
Like 20 iframes.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, a lot of the skills, the iframes don't even work for Bladestorm. Like, you can't even dodge. Like, for example, Ice World. Like, you can dodge the damage, but you can't dodge the icicles. It's
这
so
边还
stupid.
是印青儿，因为印青
Just
儿这
react
个衣服
faster.
是最好认的，它就
啊
是那个山水套，
Right, Master E?
就是一个任务套吧，这件衣服。
React
这
faster.
个还是比较好认的，印青二这个应该算比较
Yeah?
简单的。还有就
Just
是
react
通
faster.
通
Just
如
say
果
yes,
头上
man.
显
Just
示
say
是
yes.
BOG， 这也是送的，这两个是相对来说比较简单的。
It's random
还有这个4个
every
圈的技
time.
能，如果说你不想中的话，就等第1下劈完之后，然后你向左移1步。不过如果说你就是
Wonder how
操
much
作
pressure
不是
healer
特别
has
厉
for
害的
this
话，不
fight.
建议去玩这手啊，因为有可能你会吃到2下刀。
I mean, there's no enriched timer, so there's no real
所以安
rush.
心的吃1下就可以了。
To be honest, I don't think it's a lot of pressure unless it's a big AoE hit.
Yeah,
Like that one.
yeah,
But even then, that's not too much damage.
yeah. What else? I mean, the stats always change. Coming
Yeah, true.
to English.
God, I hate when people don't disable that.
Yeah.
Disable what?
其实我特别昨天
animation.
还特别好奇，
Yeah,
为什么
but-
御剑
cutscene
派的
animation.
这种
They might
下
not.
没有
They
吃
might
到
not had. May not have had that option, cause like this patch is from 3 years ago. Yeah, it's 2018. Look at this.
I know Yemo still has it. I've seen him do it.
那个加伤害的
I
buff，
still have it.
是不是一
I
个
didn't know you
小
can get
bug
rid of
呢
it.
Yep.
I mean, you play the healer like 97% of the time, anyways.
True.
Spot the difference, guys. Spot the
还有
difference.
月天星的话，月天星的是，只要头上不是
That's
只要
quick
脸
spotted.
上是没有眼镜儿的，它就是个
I also want to know how long do you have like to spot the difference, right? The video doesn't say. So like,
Is there, like is there a timer anywhere?
Okay,
in
it
this thing?
says
don't
in this
see
in the guide that I linked, it says kill the fake NPC in 1 minute. If not, the boss instantly kills one player.
yeah. The boss will instantly one player. So at the
Oh.
worst, so we have 10 people. So we have 2 blade hearts, right? I'm not sure how blade heart is gonna work in the new patch, but theoretically we have 2 blade hearts, so we can fuck up twice if we don't blade heart open, right? And then we just kind of like bypass this mechanic. So we lose 1 player, we res him, and then we lose another player, and then we res him, and hopefully the boss dies before that.
Hopefully we lose
所以这
someone
个
of
都
low
是一些
value.
小细节啊，然后要
Yeah,
看清
Chompy.
楚。然后
Chompy's
Thank you
tank.
for
thanking,
offering.
thanking, man.
Keep
Thank
Chompy
you.
We can
tank.
solo tank
你要
this.
看到这边
Right, so like in memory box, you have 1 blade heart, 1 regular blade heart, and 2 saving blade heart, right?
Mm-hmm.
For healers. So maybe. So basically, if we do like a 6-minute fight, this minigame happens I think every 2 minutes. So we can. So that means 3 times. We only have to find 1 out of 3. That's not too hard, guys, right?
定是
Get
小
it
的
right
游
once
戏
out
出
of
来之
3.
后，
And then I
You're
think
acting as
然
if
后
it's gonna be a
那个
6-minute fight though with our
替
current
马
gear
上
level.
去中间，然后去
That's
接
not.
这个 boss。
it is. Because look, their TPS is actually lower than we are, right?
But
Uh,
scaling is different.
Scaling is different, but the boss dies at 30%. He's already at 43.
要不很容易就 over
Scaling is different, but it's still like within the same, idea, right? Like the
替，然后一刀
you
一
know
个
what I
小
mean?
朋友。
Sure.
Yeah, it's a bit of a learning curve, get some practice in. I expect like maybe 8 wipes on this fight, maybe. I don't know.
然后
Zero
这个
wipe.
boss
Zero wipe?
Zero. Yeah.
可能到
No wipes
30%
allowed.
血的时候就剧情杀了，所以你根本就不用打他那么多。具体打多少血我忘了，但是大家可以把就是在打
Master, is it student 3 or student 2 for
Maybe student 3. We
maybe
don't know.
student 3?
Uh,
So we don't
Yeah.
know actually. Because it says
Yeah.
student 4 over here, but there's no way student 4 for us. So it's
Yeah.
either going to be 2 or 3.
2 or 3.
Yeah, it's either student 2 or
mean-
student 3.
And the person recording is student level 1.
Yeah, but this boss is student 4.
Oh.
For the yeah, but like it's in Chinese patch it's different.
开打之前，然后把
No, I
boss
probably think it'll be 3. If Jade last
it
one
will
was.
make sense to be 3.
Yeah.
It will make sense to be 3, but 4 is just way too high. There's no way you get enough perception to go in
血
there.
扣掉 30%
Yo,
就可以了，
human
而且这个
5
boss 是
plus
没有火爆
purple
的，
fish.
所以只需要你们的人都活着，然后
They lost
顺
him.
利的找到所有的 NPC，
Good point, Shimmy. Thanks for
然后
asking.
输出一般都不是什么问题，
She's saying damage is not a problem usually, just
然后
spot the
技能躲好
difference.
就可以了。好，
And
这个地
dodge
方我就
dodge
暴毙了。
circles.
因为
Okay.
Ooh.
After she said that shit.
Oof.
我第一
Ooh.
次看到这个圈是这么刷的，
Oh,
Ooh.
her
Just shot that nigga
dash thing was still on
然
cooldown.
后就是
Yeah, and she's
穿
blaming
了一
the
手输出
RNG,
就
but
凉凉了，
yeah.
然
Eh.
后倒地等着我们的队友
Wait,
过就可以
wait,
了
did she ever? No,
这
her
边就
dash
是
thing wasn't
砰
up.
砰的投
Sorry,
下，
what'd you say?
It was like 0.2 seconds off.
Nah. Wait, was her shift down too?
Yeah, her
显
ship
示
was
是
down.
Oh god, rip.
Baba, somebody's asking in Twitch, Baba, what's the perception for bar dispatch? DPS?
In Twitch? Are we Twitch now?
Huh? Which style are you playing, Shimmy? So is it different for fire and thunder and everything? Ice thunder needs less, wind thunder needs more. That's what my wife says. Fire thunder, Baba. Fire thunder is how many? Sorry guys. 105? Maybe around 105? There you go, buddy. 105. If it's student 3. If it's student 4 or if it's student 2, then 104. Alright.
比如
Any
这
questions for
这
this
就
boss,
出了
guys?
错误
No? Alright.
Like
Yeah,
just
we
spot
got
the
it.
difference is the main thing.
Just spot the difference. Honestly, I just think it just sounds complicated, but like I think once we get the gist of it, it's just not a big deal.
I got AFK for like 5 minutes.
Yeah. I gotta head over to manager meeting now. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow at 7.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
明天12点的团还缺人吗？
这个你要问仔细，那不是我的团。
那没事。还有1个小时，豪雅速通是吗？
Alright, I need to